So hi guys, today we are going to understand what is meant by upcasting and downcasting. So before understanding that, we want to understand a small concept that is known as typecasting. So in the primitive data types, you already know what is typecasting. So quickly I will show a demonstration what is meant by typecasting. Suppose let's say you have an integer called num and that is value is 20. Suppose you want to convert that to double. So say let's say num2. Okay, num2. So if you simply assign the num value, it will be going to say nothing. But if you compile and run, what happens? Let's see. So we are not printing anything. So let me print something in the terminal so that you can see all the stuff happening or what happening here. So I will print num2 on the screen. So basically it is converting to the double and it is printing in the terminal. What if you reverse that? So basically if you have a num is equal to some value, say let's say here 4.5. So let's say you have a double num that is 4.5. If you want to convert to num and say integer as num2, oh, there is an error. If you declare a double, if vice versa is correct because there is no issue, you can have 20 as 20.5, both are same, 20.0, both are same. Now if you have a double value, if you want to convert this double value to the integer value, this is not possible. Why it is not possible? Because if you convert this 4.25 to the integer, it will be going to lose 0.5 and it will be going to return only 4 as our output to the num2. So for that purpose, okay, it is showing error directly. Okay, we want that, but no problem if I lose the data, but I want that operation to be happen. So simply I can typecast that value to the integer. So it yes will. So if I compile and run, you can see I am losing 0.5, but I am still able to get this thing. So this is known as typecasting. This already we have known the stuff. Now why I am saying repeating this again, because we need to understand a small concept here. So with the help of in the objects also, wait, let me remove this. In the objects, as Java is a object oriented programming language, in the Java also we have something for the objects also. We can typecast the objects. So how can we typecast the objects? So let me see, let me show that. So before showing that, so this is the typecasting and downcasting. Okay, upcasting and downcasting. So I have created a class named class A and I have created a class B and extends to class A. So these and all stuff we are seeing from many videos from the past 3 videos. So in the class A we are declaring a variable, sorry, a method we are declaring, that is show1, and in the class B also we are declaring one method called show2. Now here the main thing that you want to understand is it is printing in the A show, and in the B class we are printing in the B show. There is no problem because we are creating two classes, and in the B class we are extending to A. So up to here any problem? I hope there is no issue up to here. So I will come to here. In this main method I will be going to create an object of A. I will say obj1, so there is no issue, is equals to, I will say new keyword. So with the help of this new keyword I will create an object for the A. So if you see, whenever you say new A, that means object is created for the parent class, that is A. If you want to access the method obj dot, so if you want to access the method show1, you can simply say show1. That's it. That will be going to execute this method and this will be printed in the terminal. So there is no issue. So for that purpose I will be going to remove this one. Okay. So there is no issue up to here because you are creating an object of A, and so you are creating an object of A and the reference is also A, and you are calling that method. So basically it will be going to print in the terminal. So it is showing I am in show A. So you can see basically it has to print I am in show A. Now what if you convert the this is known as so object is of type A and the reference is of type A. So there is no issue. For your sake I will take into another row and I will comment out this for your understanding purpose only. Okay, the first line is the object is A, this is the reference is A, and here we are getting for object also A. Now in this line what I will say is the object is B. Here you can see the object is B and the reference is A. The reference is A. So object is B and the reference is A, because with the help of the class B we can able to access the show1, because we are extending that due to inheritance it will be printed in the terminal. So we can access with the help of this object, we can access the show1. So let me run and see. So perfect, it is working perfect. So there is no issue in that. Now what I want to show is, so what is the upcasting and downcasting that we want to understand. So with the help of this object, if you try to want to access the show2, oh, it is showing error. because you are creating the type of the reference is what? The reference is A. The reference is A. This one. You are creating an object of B, but you are creating the reference of A. Due to that, what happens, it does not know, the A class does not know even the B exists. The parent class does not know what is meant by the show to method. That's the error. If you hover over that, it can say cannot find the symbol show to because variable object of type A. So here you declared the object, this object of type A. So basically this class A does not know what is meant by show to. So even though we are creating the object of B, so we can able to access the show 1 because show 1 is extended with B. But if you reference with B only, we can able to access the show 2. Okay, if you run that, what happens? Let's see. Okay, it's printing both A and B because we are creating an object of B and the reference of B here, and the object is also B, so there is no error. So I will change it back to A because this is dynamic method dispatch. In that concept this will come. We can create an object of one type and we can have the reference of other type. Okay, now what I will be going to say is, if you mention this kind of syntax, so even though if you are not mentioning, so this is known as upcasting. So it will be indirectly even though if you are not mentioning, this syntax is there. So no problem, if you are not mentioning also this syntax is there. So this is known as upcasting. So I will write here for you. So this is known as upcasting because the class B is going to class A. So you can see the child class is going to search for the show 1 in the parent class. So this is known as the typecasting. So for the typecasting, upcasting, you are going to mention like this. Okay. And how you can access the show 2, because show 2 is in the show 2 is in the B class, but you are creating the reference of class A. So even though you are mentioning, not mentioning, this is does not make any sense because that will work because that due to dynamic method dispatch. Okay, now I will show what is meant by downcasting. That is very important. So what I will do is, I will create an object. I will say object 1. So in the object 1, I will be going to assign this object. So I will explain why this error occurring. So I will say with the help of the object 1, I will try to call the show2 function. See, there is no error with the object 1. You can call the show2 method. There is no error in that. But you can see error here because object is of reference A. Okay, object is of reference A, but you are trying to assign this object of reference A to the object of reference B, but you are creating an object of new reference object 1. So this is not possible. So this is the issue, like we have seen before, the double to int. That's understood. You can remember. So whenever you try to convert from the double type to the integer, we need to go to typecast. Like here, what you will be going to do, you will mention it here. So here also, if you want to typecast, you want to typecast with like this here, because the object obj is of reference A. So obj of reference A, here you are going to convert, or you are going to downcast to the child class, that is B, and you are assigning with the reference of B again in the object 1, and you are calling object 1 with the show2 method. Now if I try to run that, it will be successfully running. So we can achieve with the help of the A reference only, and with the help of the downcasting we can able to achieve the show2 method also. So this is known as the downcasting. Okay, I hope you understood what is meant by upcasting and downcasting. Basically, you can simply use this kind of syntax. The upcasting you can without mentioning also it will work due to dynamic method dispatch. But this kind of the allocation will not work because the issue like double and it the same issue like here also. So you have object of reference A, but the reference you want to change to B. So yeah, this is the reference. So this is the way that you can access these methods as well.